Hey everybody, it's me coming to you again. I'm the trans woman of this channel. But anyway, yeah, so today I want to talk about my first impression of the LGBT world, why it took me so long to transition, um, and I think that's about it, really. So, yeah, I grew up in Chicago, in like the '90s. So that was when I did my growing up in the not late, damn, the early 2000s. So in the '90s it was a lot more funner than it was in the 2000s. I guess like it was a lot more um I guess freedom, I don't know. But yeah, I grew up around, straight people. There were no gay people around me, no LGBT people around me at all. Um Literally the first person that I met that was gay was like in eighth grade. Like that was literally the first. So I was like taken back because they were kind of, messy and like always trying to fight and da 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 da. Like they were just overly aggressive and overly like, you know. And of course, I found out later that there was, you know, there were issues and they ended up transitioning themselves, and I guess that was the struggle of her. She was just like at that point she was a he, but I'll still say she because inside she felt like she was a her, and being a boy and being perceived as gay when you're not kind of makes you feel like angry. I don't know. I guess it makes you feel angry, and then just the constant like nagging and irritations of like people calling you sir, Mister, he, boy, man, da da da. Just like that on top of everything. So it was like that person was, I'll call them Jay. That person was Jay was the first person to introduce me into the gay community, LGBT community. Um, I think it was, I don't remember the year. I want to say like, I ain't gonna say the year, but when I was a teenager in high school, my first year, I ended up going to a gay community, a little center, and there was like nothing but gay people in there. It was so interesting, and I felt like really weird going there, but like I was like walking into walking into home, almost in a sense, because like it was just so gay. Like it was super gay. It was like over the top gay. I was like, and then I saw like really real transgendered women, girls, etc., men, trans men, whoever, lesbians, whatever. I was just amazed. I was like, oh my god, there was like, what is going on? Of course, I stayed to myself. I kind of keep to myself. That's what kind of person I really am, anyway. So, but yeah, I was just really taken back, and I felt almost at home. So when I was with my friend Jay, I think like a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks or whatever later, we ended up going to the gay community of Chicago, which is Belmont, or they call it Boys Town. So we went to Boys Town, and our first day, or my first day there, it was so crazy. Um, I guess this is more of a story time than anything, I guess. But but yeah, so my first day there, I went with my friend Jay, and we walked around for like just to see the area. I got to check out like every area, like down the blocks and da 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 da. And there was just people everywhere. It was the weekend. It was just like people everywhere. Like gay people, lesbian people, trans people, just everywhere. And I was just like, wow, this whole community is just like filled with my people. So I'm like after a while walking around, she was like, I'm gonna, go do some stuff. Like we had talked to like some trans girls that were working trans girls, and she was talking first. We both were talking to them, but Jay had already knew her, so she started talking to her, and I was talking to her, and then like after a while, it was like they was gonna go do something or whatever. I'm guessing, work or whatever. But at the time, I didn't know. So I'm like sitting around and stuff like that, waiting on her, And then I started walking around because I'm like, I'm not about to just be sitting around. Like it's late as fuck. I'm about to go have fun. So I think I maybe waited for like 30 minutes, and I was like, girl. Girl, no, I'm not about to be sitting here while you off doing whatever the hell you doing. You know what I'm saying? I was a young, freshman in high school, so I was like, shit, barely a teenager, really. But it was fun, and that was basically my first impression of trans girls. Maybe that's why I kind of didn't really want to do it that way, because I felt like, dang, every trans girl that I've met, really, for the most part, were, you know, the ones that were working, you know, not the ones that were, you know, in society and passing through and stuff like that. So I guess I say that because it's like I'm telling this story and I'm making this video, I guess, because I feel like that is kind of the impression. I don't know if that's still the impression that people get or that young people get when they see trans people, but I think it's improved, obviously, because then you have all these videos on YouTube, like this channel, where you have, like, you know, girls just talking and talking and just telling you stuff and trying to help you through it, and, you know, trying to just go through everything step by step or whatever. So, not step by step. Is it step by step? I guess you can call it step by step. I don't know. I'm like, am I going to do a tutorial on transitioning? Maybe I should. I don't know. But anyway, I shall see y'all later in the next show. And until that time, just remember that I love you. Bye.